everyone. This is Shauna Naf with the Lones Group, and I am joined here today with Denise Lones and Jay Agoado. They're going to be hosting the upcoming Speak Up and Make More Money class in Lynnwood, and I just have a few questions for them today. Jay, let's start with you. What are the biggest sources of conflict in real estate that you've seen?
Oh, there are so many of them. It's just kind of the nature of our business and dealing with people. You know, whether you're working with buyers, let's say, you've always heard the saying, buyers are liars, and that tends to cause conflict. Buyers might have high expectations about, what they can afford with the home. When you're dealing with sellers, there's always the commission issue that's brought up, or they might not want to accept what you believe is a great offer. They're not looking at the entire picture. There's so many examples, and we're going to be talking a lot about those in our class.
Absolutely. Denise, how have you seen conflict affect agents?
I actually think that conflict is probably the number one barrier for agents making the money they want to make. And what it does is it tends to cause them to cower away from things that they need to be moving towards. It also tends to have them avoid behaviors that they need to master. I also see that they're not really stepping up, even if it's like, oh, they're a little bit nervous about the tone of the voice that somebody had who's a potential client. They're like, oh, I don't even know if I want to deal with this person. And it's just because that person's personality, it creates conflict for them. And conflict isn't just about a disagreement. Conflict is something that makes you uncomfortable. It just doesn't sit right in your stomach. And the agents that learn how to master conflict, and that's particularly why Jay and I want to do this class, is because it is really one of the biggest issues that I deal with, even in coaching my clients, is every day I've got conflict. Every day agents call me and say, here's this issue, how do I deal with it? And Jay and I, we're both very good at conflict. We have both mastered a formula and system, and we want to share it. We want to teach, we want to make people feel more comfortable and give them an actual solution.
Okay, so I've got a question now for both of you. Jay, let's start with you. Jay, how did conflict affect your career, and how did you overcome it?
Well, when I was new in the business, I actually probably from year 1 to about year 10 or year 12, I had absolutely no idea how to master the whole conflict situation. I was the type of person that would avoid it. And I feel like I probably missed out on a lot of business as a result of that. I just didn't know how to deal with it. And as I advanced into my career, I started to develop more of a system as to how to deal with these people, how to manage it so it doesn't overtake me. And that's what it used to do. I'd become so overwhelmed. The whole fight or flight thing, I would fly. I would be gone. And as I got more into my career, I learned how to deal with it, how to talk to these people, my clients, potential clients, how to talk to them in a manner that would diffuse the conflict. And we're definitely going to be talking a lot about that in this class.
Yeah, absolutely. Denise, how about you?
Well, my first experience, the worst conflict that I ever felt was in real estate is when I went to a seller's home, and he opened the door and he was shocked because I was young, and he was like, you're the agent. And he continued to berate me and never let me in his house, and told me to come back and see him when I grew up and had purchased a home, because he kept asking me, do you even own a home? And it was so, I remember leaving there and having such a strong physical reaction that I got in my car. I was shaking so hard. My hands were shaking so hard. I couldn't drive. So I drove down just past his house, turned right, pulled over, and sat in the car and cried for like 15, 20 minutes. But every time I thought about him, it made me sick to my stomach. And I learned at that point, okay, what are you going to do? What are you going to do next time when someone does that? And how are you going to master this? So conflict has been a study of mine for literally 2 decades. And by learning how to master it, it just like Jay's saying, it takes away that feeling, right? It's a physical feeling you get. And I don't want agents to have to go through that. I really want them to master this. And once you do, and you have a formula, I can guarantee the formula is going to work for you. If you follow it, it doesn't matter if the other person doesn't. It gives you peace knowing that I've got this. I did the best I can. So yeah, I'm excited, and we just cannot wait to share it. So
awesome.
Please come on board. I can't wait to see you guys.
Final question. So why this class? And what specifically are agents going to be walking away with? Jay, let's start with you.
Well, as we both have said, conflict is such a huge part of our business. Whether you're a buyer's agent, whether you are strictly a listing agent, you will deal with conflict. I'm sure you've dealt with a lot of conflict. So I think that's why this class is so important, is that it's meant for everybody. And if you can master this or even get better, it's going to help your business. And this class is going to teach you how to do that, to make your career more comfortable, so you don't end up like Denise and I, where one of us is crying or the other one is running away. And that's the purpose of this class, is to help you overcome that.
Well said. Denise, what do you think?
Well, for me, it's a gift. This class is a gift. It's not something that we have ever done before. It's a very limited class. It's a gift to people. I know that I've watched how Jay has addressed conflict and how he's grown as an agent. I know that every client that I talk to that's going through a really difficult situation, I don't just give them advice on, oh, here's how you deal with this issue. I want them to know, okay, if conflict comes up again, and by the way, it's going to. We face conflict almost every day in our lives. There's something where we're like, oh, that didn't feel good, or and oftentimes we avoid it. And for what every agent in this class is going to at least do is they're going to walk away. They'll have a tool, and they'll be able to have something that is like, it's almost like a life jacket. If they find themselves in deep water, they're never going to drown. You may get wet. No conflict, it's fun, but you're going to have a life jacket. You're not going to drown anymore. There's no drowning after you come to this class. That's going to be fun. And we're going to do lots and lots of examples. So we're really, really super excited. And I can't think of a better person to do it with than Jay. And quite honestly, that's part of why we're doing the class now, because it's a lot of energy. And for me to do this class on my own, it's mind-boggling how much energy conflict takes away from you. Even when you're just talking about it, role playing it, it's a lot of energy. So I've got my Energizer bunny here, Jay, who's just like, he's mastered conflict. So I'm thrilled to have him. Thrilled.
That's excellent. Well, we hope to see you all there. We've only got a few spots left, so sign up today. Thank you so much.